Okay, for the last example for this lecture and yeah, for this lecture, we are to solve the given ODE using Laplace transform. So we are given y double prime plus y equals 2t. However, the initial conditions are at pi over 4 instead of the usual at 0. Okay, so for this, we will use the shifting theorem. Okay, so the shifted data problem, uh, uh, for us to use Laplace transform, the initial value should be measured at t equals 0. Okay, so ang technique natin is we shift the data. So we use this tool. So t equals t tilde plus t naught. Okay, so t naught is the initial time or independent variable, which the initial value is given. So for our case, t naught is pi over 4. Okay, so instead of using t in our equation, we will use the t tilde. Okay, and then we are to write the original equation. We will uh, substitute all the occurrence of t to be this equation or to be this term. So we have, and then all the y's are shifted also. So we have y tilde. So y tilde double prime plus y double prime, y tilde equals 2. Tapos instead the t, we have t tilde plus pi over 4. And then, so simplifying, you have this as our shifted data equation. And then the initial values, we are not going to replace the initial values pi over 2 and 2 minus square root of 2. However, we are going to measure it at 0 because our function is now y tilde. Okay, so na-shift na natin yung buong equation. So using this, we are gonna just solve this just like any other ODE using Laplace transform. Okay, so ito another example na lang of Laplace transform, although medyo complicated siya because of the pi. Anyway, let's continue. So we're gonna get the subsidiary equation by substituting, by Laplace transforming the terms, getting the Laplace transforms. Okay, so here are 35, 36 are the theorem 1 and theorem 2 for Laplace transforms of derivatives. And then 3 is for the t, and then 1 is for, well, the constant. Okay, and then we isolate all the occurrences of the capital Y tilde. Okay, so pagdating dito, kukunin natin yung inverse transform. So, as I've said, medyo complicated. However, yan, example of a rather complicated problem. Okay, so here, paano natin to iisa-isahin? So, let's separate the numerator. Isama natin sa denominator. Okay, so for this one, we have 2 over s squared over s squared plus 1. So, binaba natin si s squared. Same for this second term. You have pi over 2 over s squared plus 1. So itong isa, pinagsama lang natin because this is just a constant, tas ito yung s. Okay. Tas itong s squared plus 1, you have that already in our codigo. So, which is that? Sine or cosine. Okay, so meron na siyang denominator na s squared plus a squared. Okay. So, these two, we can add them together. Okay. So, pwede din naman na diretso dito. So, you do your algebra. Basta, the important thing is, maging kamukha ng mga terms dito, yung equation natin. Okay, so from here, so ito solve na to, ito na lang. So, if you have this, dalawa lang naman yan. Completing the square or partial fraction. So, since this one, s squared times s squared, let's use partial fraction decomposition. Okay? So, ito lang i-decompose natin, the first term. So, we have as plus b over s squared plus cs plus d over s squared plus 1. So, usual solution for partial fraction decomposition, you will get the constants A, B, C, D. So walang nag-zero. So substituting it back here, you will get this. Substituting it back there, you will get this. So medyo ano lang, how do we say it? Nakaka-intimidate yung maraming fractions. However, manageable naman ito. Okay, so you have here pi over 2s plus 2 over s squared plus dito over s squared plus 1. The problem here now, oops, sorry. So as you can see, itong dalawang to, pwede natin silang ipagsama. Okay, so magka-cancel tong pi over 2s na to. So our terms, or sorry, our equation will look like this. So matitira lang yung negative square root of 2. See, it will simplify sometime in the end. Okay. Now, to get the inverse transform, we check if meron ba silang kamukha doon sa cheat sheet. Okay, so kung uunahin natin tong isang kanina, sinabi na natin na this can either be a sine or a cosine. Now that s is removed, most probably this is a sine. Okay. A sine 80. So okay na yan. This first term, we have s squared as the denominator. Saan tayo maghahanap? So s squared. S squared. So most likely number 3. Right? Okay. So pwede nating ipaghiwalay ito. Actually, you will have this. Okay? So you will have pi over 2 over s kasi magka-cancel yung s, and then 2 s squared, then the same term. Okay? And getting the inverse, ayan, simple lang siya. Pi over 2 because that's the first one, 1 over s, 2 over s squared, that's the number 3. So ito yung sign. Okay? And then, so hindi pa dyan nagtatapos yung problem kasi shifted pa ito. So ibabalik natin siya to its original variables. So from earlier, we said that t tilde equals t minus pi over 4. So substitute back nyo lang. So y of t equals pi over 2 plus 2 times t minus pi over 4 minus square root of 2 sine t minus pi over 4. So that is the solution for our problem. Okay na yan at this level. No need to further simplify. Okay? But yeah, you can do this by your trigonometric identities para mas malinis siyang tingnan. Okay, so that's it for this example.